Hello again and welcome to another video. So many people have asked me about the adverb já in Portuguese and what it means. Well, it can have quite a few meanings depending on how we use it. In this video, I'm going to show you the use of já with the perfect past tense, the pretérito perfeito, perfect past tense. When we use it like this, it often means already or yet, depending on whether the sentence is negative or affirmative. In English, we would often use the past participle in these phrases, but in Portuguese, we don't. So let's take a look. If you have never seen any of my videos before and you're new here, I'm Amanda. I've been living in Portugal in the Algarve for over 30 years, and I have been speaking Portuguese for over 30 years. Over the last 20 years, I have been teaching people just like you to learn Portuguese. So if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do so now. Click on that bell so that you don't miss any notifications. So let's take a look at the first example. Já, in an affirmative sentence with the pretérito perfeito, so the perfect past. When used with the perfect past in an affirmative sentence, já often implies that the action has already happened, sometimes earlier than expected. This is very similar to already in English. So the first example, já comi. Já comi. I already ate, or I've already eaten. So somebody says to you, quer comer? Would you like to eat? Já comi. Já comi. So here's the explanation. The verb comer, to eat, is conjugated in the perfect past. Comi. Then when we add the já comi, that means that the action is already completed. Comi also means, but já comi is more complete. It's like I already ate, not just I ate. If somebody says to you, have you eaten? You don't just say I ate. They might expect you to say something like I ate chicken, or they might be waiting for something else. But when you say I already ate, they understand that it's a completed action. Já comi. Let's take a look at example 2. Ela já terminou o trabalho. She already finished the work, or she has already finished the work. The same idea. We have the verb terminar with the imperfect past. Terminou, terminou. So the pretérito perfeito is the imperfect past. When we add já, we imply that the task has already been completed, rather like the other sentence we just did. Incidentally, if you want to get the verb table to help you with this lesson, be sure to take a look at the link below. Buy me a coffee. Go there. You can download it for free. And there you will have the present tense, you will have the perfect past tense, and the imperfect past tense. You will have the irregular conjugations, the most used verbs, and you will also have the guide for regular conjugations of the AR, ER, and IR verb. So go down there now and get that download. Number 2, emphasizing the early completion of an action. So sometimes when something is finished quickly, quicker than expected. So já can also express how quickly or early an action was completed. And sometimes it's showing surprise or urgency. A encomenda já chegou. A encomenda já chegou. So the parcel has already arrived. This is a question though. A encomenda já chegou. The parcel has already arrived. Or has the parcel already arrived? So it's unexpected. You didn't expect it to get here that quickly. A encomenda já chegou. Verb chegar, conjugated as chegou in the perfect past. Example 2. Eles acabaram as obras. They finished the work already. The verb acabar, to finish, in this case, acabaram in the past, perfect past tense. paired with já, emphasizing how quickly something was completed. Eles já acabaram as obras. They finished the work already, just like we would in English. Now, já in interrogative sentences may be translated as yet. When used in a question, já asks if the action has occurred by this point in time. It applies that the action maybe is expected to have happened already. Já viu o filme? Have you seen the movie yet? Já viu o filme? Or did you already watch the movie? The verb ver, conjugated in the perfect past, viu, you saw. Here, já indicates the speaker is asking if the action has already taken place. Já viu o filme? Have you seen the film already? Explanation 2. Já pediram? Já pediram? You might hear this in a restaurant. You're sitting in the restaurant, you already have your drinks, and maybe you've got the menus, or you don't look like you've got the menus. I don't know. The waiter might come over and say, Já pediram? Have you already ordered? So the verb pedir, to ask for, is conjugated as pediram in the perfect past. Don't forget, maybe watch this video again with that verb list and you'll be able to figure this out. If you're already familiar with some of the past tenses, then this is even easier. But it's also a good thing to help you get familiar, because this is used in such an easy way. It's very good to learn as early on as possible. We're just learning the model phrases, and we can change these around a little bit. We can alter them as we need to. So let's take a look at example 3. Já foi a Lisboa? Já foi a Lisboa? Have you ever been to Lisbon? Or have you been to Lisbon yet? So we're using the ever here in English. It also makes sense. This can translate either way. Have you been to Lisbon yet, or have you ever been to Lisbon? So maybe when you're meeting somebody for the first time, maybe they haven't been in Portugal that long, you might like to say to them, Já foi a Lisboa? Have you ever been to Lisbon? So that is a little different to have you been to Lisbon yet? So maybe somebody is saying they wanted to go to Lisbon, and you can say to them, Já foi a Lisboa? Have you been to Lisbon yet? So there are two kind of versions here of the same thing. In English, they can mean two different things. In Portuguese, too. Context is going to tell you, by the way. So the contrast between já and other time expressions to answer some of the above questions in section 3. So example 1, we had já viu o filme? Have you seen the film? Have you already seen the film? If you respond to this in the affirmative, you are going to use já. Já, simply já. Já viu o filme? Já. If you haven't, you're going to say ainda não. Ainda não. So in the affirmative, já is used instead of yes. And ainda não, not yet, replaces já in the negative sentences. So we're not going to use já in the negative sentences. We only use them in the affirmative. And we use ainda in the negative. So let's take a look at the next one. Já pediram? So the waiter comes up to you and he says, Já pediram? You can answer one of two ways. You can either say já, obrigada, or ainda não, and then you can make your order. Example 3, já foi a Lisboa? Have you ever been to Lisbon? Or have you been to Lisbon yet? The response in the affirmative, já, or ainda não. So you can see that we're not always using yes when we respond. This is one thing that takes a little getting used to. So you should try and listen to people when you're in a cafe, if you can, if you're in Portugal, and hear what they say. Hear how many times you hear this word já, because it's incredible. You hear it a lot. This is just one example of the adverb já, because I think that by showing you all the different examples, it's not really gonna, it won't fix, it won't retain, you won't retain it if you're learning multiple differences. So there are other things we do with this, but this is the basic one, talking about things that are terminated in the past, things that are done in the past. Have you ever, have you already done something? Here's a couple of expressions just to give you another insight into this adverb. Já viu. Já viu. So já viu means, it's kind of like, well, how about that? Did you see that? Yeah. Have you ever seen anything like this? And já vou can mean I'll be right there. Já vou, já vou. We have the alternative to this, which is vou já, which is kind of I'm going to be there quicker. And this is já vou, I'll be right there. So thank you very much for watching the video. If you have any suggestions for future videos, I would like to know. If you have any questions about this video, please leave your comments below and I will be happy to get back to you. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to do that now. Don't forget to click on all the buttons and don't forget to ring that bell so that you get the notifications. Also, one more thing, check out the links below. If you're serious about learning Portuguese, there is some serious Portuguese courses just for you. Also, if you are looking for property, there's another link there that you can follow as well. So take a look at the links below and I will see you next time.